kind of set in that, hey, we can get a shutout here, and that's kind of the goal.
Yeah, obviously the first 2 weeks we played pretty well in the first half, and then kind of let things get away from us with our execution and stuff in the second half. So we were kind of, I mean, we felt like we were playing well, we were rolling, but we were really locked in until the very end, trying to not let up because we saw obviously with the explosive plays how quick teams can score in the first 2 games. So that was something we were definitely dialed in until the very last play.
Look at the linebackers were flying around making plays. How much does that start with the guys in front of you?
Yeah, I mean our defensive line is awesome. Ever since fall camp, they've been really dominating the line of scrimmage and playing really well. It's super fun to play behind those guys because, like you said, we get to just run over top and try to make tackles because those guys are getting double teamed and holding the line of scrimmage and not letting guys get to the second level. So yeah, I love playing with those guys and they're doing an awesome job.
Jack, have you played linebacker your entire career?
Yes, I have. Yeah.
What could you say just about the challenge that Thomas Rush has had to go under in switching positions and having to do that on the fly and do it in college as well?
Yeah, I've never. I mean, I've like done stuff standing up on the edge, like in special packages and stuff, but never had to go with the full switch like that. So that's completely. I mean, it's just a completely different position, completely different technique, and I mean, he's done amazing with it. And I mean, no one's surprised. He's one of the hardest working guys we've got. He's super detailed in everything he does. I mean, whether it's a walkthrough or a full pad practice. I mean, he's locked in doing everything at full speed, exact detail with all of his techniques and stuff. So, I mean, he's an awesome guy to look at to how to make that transition and just how guys should play the positions that they've been playing their whole life. Just the way he practices, I mean, it's no surprise that he's having the success he is.
You face your offensive line every day in practice. How physical are they compared to opponents?
Yeah, I mean, I think we got one of the most physical lines in the country. I mean, those guys are huge, especially coming from the level I was at. Like, we weren't playing guys that were 350 pounds, but that was something that was definitely helped, I think, all spring and fall camp just to kind of get ready for this season was going against those guys every day because, yeah, they're big and physical and they get after it for sure.
Have you had to face a tight end like Cole before?
No, that guy's one of a kind for sure. He's super physical and just plays super hard, and yeah, love playing with that guy. And he's definitely sets the tone for our team as far as physicality goes.
I think their biggest game was, 12 yards. So you eliminated the explosive plays that have kind of been there the first couple of weeks. Does that just speak to all three levels?
Yeah, I think just all three levels, just being super detailed in their assignments and then playing physical and flying to the ball. I feel like we tackled really well. We got off blocks well, and just we swarmed to the ball probably better than we have in the first few games. And then just locking in on our assignments and details. We've had a few of those mistakes and slip-ups in the first couple of games that led to big plays. But we were, even when we did make those in this last game, like we obviously weren't perfect, but I felt like we were flying to the ball really well and being really physical. And so we were able to kind of cover those up a little bit.
What was the constructive criticism for Boye in the team meetings recently?
Yeah, I mean, Boye, just like all the rest of our whole defense, we all had to kind of own up to the mistakes that we made. Everybody made mistakes, and everybody needed to play better. And seeing the way that guy responded, he had an awesome week of practice, and then you saw it pay off in the game. That's just the kind of teammate and player that he is. Just being able to take coaching and make corrections and continue to play really hard. And you also saw how great of a teammate he is when Thomas is making plays and he's celebrating just as much when Thomas makes a tackle than he is. So Boye is definitely a great leader on our team and sets the example of how to take coaching and continue to prepare and play on Saturdays and be a great teammate. Yeah, I mean across the board, he's just really being a great leader for us.
Yeah, you talked about coming from a different level and seeing different size guys. Assume speed was probably different too. How long did it take for that adjustment, the physical part of it, and then just adjusting the personality part of being in a locker room where guys knew each other and kind of trying to find your way as a leader?
Yeah, I think coming into this team, I think this is one of the most connected teams I've ever been on, and I haven't been here very long. And that's why I think this team's super special, and I'm super happy to be here. Is that, like, I mean, I feel like I've been here a long time, and it's been like 9 months. Just kind of these guys kind of accepted me and the other guys that came in with open arms, and we just kind of hit the ground running. So I think that the connectivity of this team kind of made that transition super easy. And it's just a bunch of guys who really care about each other and want to win and want to work. And so it's been a blast playing here for sure. So it hasn't been too much of a difficult transition, I guess, because of how close this team is.
Colorado didn't string together 2 first downs in a row until like about 5 minutes left in the game. What kind of confidence does that give to your defense?
I mean, we're super excited about the way that we played last week, but that has no bearing on how we're going to play next week. So we're just trying to have another great week of practice. We feel like we practiced really well last week, and that carried over into the game. So just having a great week of practice, great week of film study, preparation, and then got to go out there and do it on Saturday just because we had a good week last week. I mean, that's not it doesn't promise us anything next week. So just got to prepare the same way and go out there and execute.
On the stat sheet, Bowling Green doesn't really jump off it, but how would you describe them and the challenge they have?
They're definitely challenging offense to prepare for because they do so much formationally, and they throw a lot of trick plays, screens, bunch of motions, just try to get your eyes in the wrong place and create big plays. And last week we eliminated explosive plays and didn't give up any points, and so that's going to be the focus for us, is definitely trying to limit those explosive plays because they do a lot to try to get your eyes in the wrong spot. Just guys got to be detailed, do their assignment, and try to keep the ball in front of us and tackle well. But yeah, it's definitely a challenge to kind of handle all the stuff they throw at us. We just got to be really locked in on our assignments.
Anything else for Jack? Okay. Thank you very
Thanks,
much.
guys.
Appreciate you.
Back with Cohen.